Monday, everybody. It's Mondays with Mark, live from Nashville, Tennessee, and we have the Isaacs here today. Don't go anywhere. As soon as I can grab this, you don't have to. And we're excited, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Mondays with Mark Live. Hello, Jean Medley, who just called me right before the show. And Tori Taft, has she finally she's got it in the Dropbox.
Hi.
Tori will be with us today. Our foreign correspondent is finally back on the scene from Bell Buckle, Tennessee. You like that, Ben?
It is foreign down there.
It is foreign, but anyway, before we get into the Isaacs, I want to remind you that if you go to, let me find it, dinner-conversations.com. I want to let you know that we're having a special over there for all the dinner conversations on a DVD, and there's all kinds of specials. It's me and Andrew Greer, and it's the Sandy Patty issue of Dinner Conversations where she talks about blended families. Nicole C. Mullen talks about race in the church. Mark Schultz came on and talked about adoption. And so if you want to hear these in-depth conversations, Patsy Claremont, Shonda Pierce, Ken Davis, the list goes on and on, go to dinner-conversations.com and you can get your copy of Dinner Conversations. That's good. Okay, what else we got before we get to the Isaacs? Oh, don't forget, y'all, Mark Lowry Spring Fling Cruise. We're going to have a great time. It's happening in March of 2019. Taranda Green will be there. Taranda Green Bean. The Isaacs. I wish. Why are y'all? Okay, the Isaacs aren't going to be there, but the Martins will be there. The Ball brothers, the people I could afford. And no, I'm kidding. And we're glad you're coming. If you're coming on, a lot of you are booking rooms, and it's going to be so much fun. My pastor's coming. We're going to have a time where he and I will sit down and discuss and talk about God like we do on our car conversations. So if everybody's here, let's see who all's tuned in. Where are my, hold on, give me a second. Where's my comments and reactions? Where are you? Hello, Ronald Milburn. Look at there. Hello from Florida. Yeah, put in the comments where you're from. Everybody put in right now from all over the world. Put in where you're from. There's Karen McBride. I see you, Karen. Dina Paget. Hi, Mark. Have a win a cruise. Well, we're doing that. We had for the pastors. We're going to have an announcement. 4 of you out of all the people out there who could have, plugged their pastor for a free cruise. Only 4 of you sent in videos. So you had a quarter of a chance of sending your pastor, and you missed it. It's already over. We're just going to pick the pastor now because we had 4 of you. Hello, Matthew Hughes, PJ Palmer, Marcia McMullen, Brenda Davis, Karen Calabrese, Greg Steele, Stella Rose. My goodness, you're all coming in. But you know what? Let me make sure I've got everything. Oh, Tori Taft, is it up there? Hold on, let me see if she's actually got it. Oh, there it is. I'm going to download our foreign correspondent because she wasn't here last week. If I can figure out how to do this. Don't you love that this isn't ABC or NBC or CBS? It's just me on YouTube. And I'm doing it all. Okay.
I'm proud of you.
Aren't you impressed?
I am so impressed.
All right, there she is. Hold on, y'all. I've got our foreign correspondent, and this is like literally, she just sent it to me, and I haven't even seen it. So let me find the download. Y'all, don't you love how organized? I'm no Bill Gaither. Okay, here it is. Hey, this is our foreign correspondent from Bell Buckle, Tennessee, Tori Taft.
Go.
Hey everybody, this is Tori Taft, your foreign correspondent on the ground here in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. Some of you may know that aside from being Mark's trusty sidekick and sparkling media personality, I also have a real job as an event coordinator here at the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall. We do all kinds of events here. We do weddings and receptions and reunions and corporate events. And Russ and Tori Taft's Bell Buckle Weekend, October 6th and 7th. Go to www.russtaftweekend.com for tickets. Anyway, I thought it might be fun to look at the behind the scenes of an event venue in between events. Now that may sound more fun to me than you, but stick with me. And let's hope I don't set off the alarm. Let's go look. You wouldn't know to look at it now, but 48 short hours ago, this hall was decorated within an inch of its life and filled with happy wedding guests dancing that cha-cha slide and chowing down on a delicious buffet. Our job, of course, is to make this all seem as effortless as possible, and we're pretty good at it, but sometimes behind the scenes, the stories we could tell. For example, you have no idea the kind of stuff we find underneath the tables when we're cleaning up. Hey, did anybody ever find that kid's mother? Anyway, stay tuned, and on upcoming episodes of Mondays with Mark, we're going to see a little bit more of what it takes to put on a beautiful event, because everybody needs a gorgeous event center and a little bell buckle in their lives.
Thank you, Tori Taft. Now, y'all, would you welcome the Isaacs?
He ain't never done me nothing but good, nothing but good.
Come on.
Oh, he ain't never done me nothing but good, nothing but good. Well, Job was righteous, man, the devil couldn't doubt it. He surely loved the Savior, there was no doubt about it. Satan cursed his body from his feet to his head. Then he told him all his children and his cattle were dead. Then Job's wife said, why don't you curse your God and die? But Job said, a woman, you speak like a foolish child. Oh, he ain't never done me nothing but good, nothing but good. Oh, he ain't never done me nothing but good, nothing but good. History tells of Polycarp, a martyr for the gospel's sake. They built a fire around his feet, then tied him to a stake. But the fire could not consume him, so they pierced him with a sword. The blood ran down, put out the fire, but still he praised the Lord. And all these years I've served him, he's done me nothing but good. Well, I won't repent and I won't recant, just tell me why I should. Oh, he ain't never done me nothing but good, nothing but good. Oh, he ain't never done me nothing but good, nothing, no.
Come on. Yes, live on Mondays with Mark. We got the Isaacs here tonight, y'all. I'm so excited. And while you're watching us sing and play, why don't you subscribe down there in the right button, subscribe and push the little bell so you'll be notified every Monday at 7 p.m. Central when we go live. All right, now this is Becky. For those of you, this is Becky over here. This is Mama Lily. This is Sonia and Brother Ben. Now, Lily birthed all this music.
Oh, I don't know about that.
She is the reason behind it all.
Thanks, Mom.
And what
Proud
else?
of us.
And also, you guys suggest songs that you'd like to hear them sing tonight. Maybe we'll pick one of yours. I know you do, Susan. Sadler says, I love the Isaacs. See, I
We love you too.
and I love y'all. Penn Hop. PLH Hop. That's an interesting name. I love y'all. That is good. Marjorie, I should read these before I pop them up. But this is definitely worth staying up for. The Isaacs are awesome. Staying up, where are you, Marjorie? Whether she may be over on this side of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, because they watch from everywhere. I miss you in California. Let's see what this sounds good. Sounds good. I'm glad it sounds good. All right, what could we sing? What could y'all sing? We're gonna do "I Call Him Lord" in a
Okay.
minute, that I get to sing with y'all. Ben, That means you'll have to step aside.
Could I make
will,
a request?
gladly.
Yeah.
Your song, Mary Did You Know, has gone worldwide, and I think it's probably the most recorded Christmas song in the world, right?
Well, I hope so.
It is.
Hey, let me tell me when this is scooted in, where you just get closer to y'all. Let me know when it's.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to come this way a
Back
little
up.
bit more. Becky's out of the picture now.
Come this way.
Yep.
Oh, Becky's out of the
Yep.
picture.
This
Hi.
is
Whoa.
really,
Right there
really
is perfect.
informal.
That's
Okay,
good.
perfect. Because I want everybody to see good.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we recorded it a long time ago, Mark. So sometime tonight, I'd love.
Yeah, I want. We're gonna have
Them
Becky,
to honor
Sonia sing it, right?
Yeah, whenever.
Do the Isaacs version. But why don't we do? Let's have a little labor of love, maybe.
Ooh.
Is that too deep right now?
No.
Y'all love labor of love. I love that. I'm looking at the microphone like I'm singing. But labor of love. I remember. Let's tell a little backstory on this.
Okay.
Buddy Green called me one night and said, "Mark, I have just heard the best Christmas song since Mary Did You Know," which is kind of haughty of Buddy to say that because he helped write Mary Did You Know. So I said, where can I hear it? And what are you looking at?
Oh, just
Is this story not true?
No, it's very true.
So I heard the song "Labor of Love" by Andrew Peterson off his record, and I went to Becky and told you about it, right?
Yes, you did.
And then you sang the skin off of it. Let me make sure you can be heard good. So let's
I'm
put.
sure my mouth's pretty loud.
I mean, it's not a very. It's got to aim at you that much. This is "Labor of Love." I'm
We're
gonna
going
get
to
over
do
here.
in D.
Yeah,
You
y'all.
don't have to leave.
I was gonna kind of put it on her a little better, so we can see her just a tad better. Like that.
We lost Ben.
it's okay. You don't need me.
Well, get over.
Whoa.
Oh, how about if I back it up a little?
Oh, there you go.
That's
Okay.
Now come back just a little more the other way.
Wow.
A little bit more towards Becky. Whoa.
Don't drop your.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
Perfect. Right there.
Okay, right there. All right, I just wanted to be right for all my sweet people. All right, go. Labor of Love.
It was not a silent night. There was blood on the ground. You could hear a woman cry in the alleyway that night on the streets of David's town. And the stable was not clean, and the cobblestones were cold. Little Mary, full of grace, with the tears upon her face, had no mother's hand to hold. It was a labor of pain. It was a cold sky above. But for the girl on the ground in the dark, every beat of her beautiful heart, it was a labor of love. Noble Joseph by her side, calloused hands and weary eyes. There were no midwives to be found in the streets of David's town in the middle of the night.
So we held her.
So we held her and he prayed. Shafts of moonlight on his face, but the baby in the womb, he wasn't It was a labor of love. It was not a silent night. On the streets of David's town.
Wow.
I love that line in there about, but the baby in the womb, he was the maker of the moon. He was the author of the faith that could make the mountains move.
Amazing. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
couldn't
gosh.
say it that way.
You live for lines like that when you're a writer, don't you?
Amazing.
I mean, you know, you're a writer. You married a writer, a big time writer. Jimmy, yeah, you knew a meal ticket when you sang. Jimmy Yeary, and he's got a number one song recently with Kenny Chesney,
Yes.
which was called what?
Everything's gonna be all right.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, and Kenny Chesney and David Lee Murphy did a duet, and this is the first number one song that David Lee Murphy has had in like 20 years. Wow. So he totally made a comeback. It was so cool.
And what I love about Jimmy, he's just kind of getting in the good stuff in his songs. It's all positive, you know?
Yes.
It's all lifting up people. What do you want to do now? This is your night.
Let's do one with you.
What do you want to do? We could do I Call Him Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
You know what key you do that in?
we went over it a little bit. 'Cause
C.
in the key of C, you know that one?
Is that me or you? We've never played this before, have we?
That's what I love about this
In
night.
front of thousands of people.
We'll just learn it right here in
Yeah.
front of a million folks.
We're all family.
Well, he ain't never. I love that song. Done. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Dottie Rambo's song. One of the prettiest ones she's done. Matt, is that it? Master, Redeemer, Savior of the world, wonderful Counselor, bright morning star, Lily of the valley, provider and friend. He was yesterday, he'll be tomorrow, the beginning and end. But the angel called him Jesus, born of a virgin. Mary called him Jesus, but I call him Lord. Jehovah, Messiah, mighty God and King, bread of life. Here's the lasting word of love that I see. Light in darkness, door to heaven, my home in the sky, the fountain go. But I call him Lord.
Jehovah, Messiah is Lord.
Am I on key?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know. Sometimes it feels like it
It's
might
hard
be
to
kind
do
of.
on a full stomach.
Y'all listen to
down.
me. Becky, and I think even Sonia might have been there.
And Julie, our
And
sister.
Julia,
Beth, our sister,
and oh, thank you, ladies. We had fried pork chops. We had peas, which I love peas. Green beans, Becky's famous green beans. We had
Casserole,
the
hash
casserole. The
brown
hash brown
casserole.
casserole was unreal. And the
Strawberry
strawberry cake. God was in it, people. God was in it. Look at there. People are saying, "Wow, amazing! Thank you, Virginia LaRue." If I can get it to stop long enough to say, "Hey, listen now. What's your favorite Isaac song, y'all?" I'm going to be looking. I don't see any. That was. Thank you, Melissa Poole, and
They're
all
Mark
of you.
Lowry fans. We got to convert.
No.
We've done a lot of
Okay,
Christmas
let's.
songs, but we haven't done a Hanukkah song.
Oh, you got a Hanukkah song?
He named my tove.
No, that's not Hanukkah.
You know, Lily, tell
No.
them briefly tell these people about your path. You're Jewish. You people are Jewish. And did you know that I am an 11% now? Did you know I'm 11%? Honest to God, I had the 23andMe.
No.
And I am 11% Jewish.
Welcome to
It's
the
the Jesus in me.
Wow.
I'm 11%.
It ought to be a little higher than that if it's Jesus.
Well, that's all I could get. I'm 90. I'm mostly white, European, and like 0.05 African, which I was disappointed. I wanted more of that.
Yeah.
Because I need some rhythm.
But we've heard you sing, so
So you knew it would be. It's pitifully white. Pitifully white.
it's good though.
But listen, 11% Jewish.
That's awesome,
I was
Mark.
so
I'm so happy.
thrilled. I was
You
thrilled.
know what that means?
What?
You're no longer grafted in.
That's right. And do you know, being 11%,
What?
you're already an Israeli citizen if you have any Jewish blood in you.
Really?
Yes. You have dual citizenship if you. Yes. Look at this.
Well,
let's move to
if
Israel.
things keep up, I might be moving. It's a little scary right now.
You know what? I'm glad we're all family in Jesus.
Isn't that the
It
truth?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. In Christ, there's neither male nor
That's
female, nor Jew nor Greek, nor
Right.
bond or free. The ground is level
right.
at the foot of the cross, y'all.
right.
And anybody can come. I mean, he has no standards. He will let anybody in. And so, hey, what's an up-tempo one?
Did you
Tell her about
Before,
her
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish.
That's
tell,
all right.
No, tell it.
Cliff
You
notes
still
for
have
it.
ADHD.
Yeah, I do,
Mark.
y'all. I have ADHD. Yeah, tell it.
Well, okay, so my parents are both Polish Jewish Holocaust survivors. So when the war broke out, they were both taken to camps, and they lost most all their family. They never saw their parents again, and they lived to tell the story. So my mother and father, they weren't married at the time, but my dad, being from the same town in Poland, they went to the Warsaw Ghetto first. Then they were transported by train to Germany. My father wound up in Buchenwald concentration camp. My mother wound up in Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. So when the war was over in 1945, they were liberated by our blessed American soldiers
Yes.
and allies. Thank you, veterans, for what you do. Because of you, we're here. I'm here. Thank you. We honor you. But because of our American soldiers and our allies, my parents were liberated, along with millions of other Jewish people that were taken captive. So they got married, and they stayed in Germany a couple of years to be nursed back to health. And they met in a French Army relief camp. So then 2 years later, they were married, and then I was born after that. So I was born in Germany, came to America when I was 2 years old with my parents, and lived in the Bronx, New York. That's where I grew up. And at the age of 9 years old, my parents and I became American citizens. We went to Ellis Island. And I remember that, Mark. I was old enough to, yes, I did learn how to write my name in cursive.
Yeah.
And I practiced and practiced, and I have that sitting right on my desk today. It was an honor. It's still an honor to be a citizen. But, my parents struggled, and we lived life in New York City. And then I met a Kentucky hillbilly from Kentucky who grew up the baby of 17 children, whose father was a Pentecostal preacher. Talk about opposites attracting, but it was in the plan. And we met in a nightclub in Greenwich Village, New York. I had an album out on Columbia Records in 1967. He had an album out on Decca Records. We met in a nightclub and dated a couple years, and we got married. Moved to Ohio, and a
Then
year
they
later-
had three of the most
Then-
amazing
well,
kids.
Not yet. We did.
Two of us are.
But
Just
we,
two of us are amazing.
Just two of
But
us
a year
are-
after we got married, he had a brother got killed in a car accident, and that's what took us.
What
to
happened?
He had a brother got killed in a car accident. He was just 27 years old, 4 small children. So we went to church right after that. I didn't want to go to church because Jewish people don't go to church.
Right.
Didn't know anything about that. But I went to honor the family.
Yeah.
And that night something happened to me, and I found the Lord. Well, he already knew me, but I found the Lord, and my life changed. And we started singing in churches, and kids were born. The rest is history. So
Yeah. The Isaacs.
the Isaacs.
And they do Jew grass.
Jewgrass.
I love that.
And we love Israel, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
We do.
And we're going to Israel. I don't know if it's okay for me to mention that.
Oh, of course, please.
We're going in November, the 24th through December 5th, 12-day trip. Us and Karen Pekany River. This is our 15th trip to Israel. Karen's
And
second.
people can go with
and
you
if
if
you
they
want
want.
to go with us, we still have about 30 seats or so left.
So they would go where?
Yeah.
Where?
TheIsaacs.com.
TheIsaacs.com. I'm gonna put it up here so you can see it.
It's 2 A's and an S on the end.
Oh, I know
Look at
that.
them.
And listen, if you can go, we would love to have you join us. It's going to be a deluxe trip, all inclusive. Everything's included in the price.
You're right
No
here.
secrets, no hidden fees. And so we encourage you to look at that. And then also, Mark, something we've never done before is, aside from that Gaither taping we did at David's Citadel in Jerusalem, the Isaacs have never sang a concert in Jerusalem. And
Oh,
we're
really?
having a concert in Jerusalem while we're there for the Israeli people. And we're trying to bus in at least 100 Holocaust survivors. Do you know there's over 200,000 Holocaust survivors still living and refugees? And so we're trying to bus in 100 Holocaust survivors and 100 Israeli soldiers to the concert to bless them with a gift, a meal,
Yeah.
a concert. And so we need help with that. So we started an initiative called the Fishman, which is Mom's maiden name.
Yeah.
Fishman Isaacs Israel Initiative. And if anybody feels led to donate to that, we would appreciate
Where
that.
would they
It's on our
find
website.
that?
It's also on theisaacs.com. There's a little menu button that says Bless Israel. And that would mean a lot
We have
to
a
us.
goal.
Tax deductible
Yeah,
gift.
we have a goal to be able to buy give them cards, grocery cards, the military, the ones that are in poverty level, the Holocaust survivors who've outlived their money, they're elderly, they have no
Lots
family
of
left,
them.
and they're in poverty, and also the orphans. So
Yeah.
we don't want to go to Israel empty-handed. We
Yeah.
want to
It's
bless
their
them
70th
with-
anniversary this
yeah.
year.
So
Wow.
Israel's 70.
if
this year.
anyone is looking for a way to bless the military, the Holocaust survivors, and the orphans, join us.
Yeah.
Please do.
You'll have fun too.
Yeah.
We have a great trip.
Yeah.
We sing like this at the holy sites. We take a guitar.
What's
we
it- what's-
sing,
what's-
Mary did we
Mark.
know
Oh.
in Bethlehem? And
Well, sing Mary Did You Know? Let's
Are
get
you
out.
sure?
Yeah, oh yes.
He
I
said,
wanna
let's
hear,
get it out.
I want to hear
It's
it.
hard to say that.
No, I
I'm
want
tired of this
to.
song.
No, I don't get tired of it. It's that all my friends say I live in the house that Mary built. Let's hear it.
If we can play it.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you deliver, he will soon deliver you. Love that line. Mary, did you know that your baby would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you've kissed your little baby, you have kissed the face of God. Oh, Mary, did you know? Oh, the blind will see, and the deaf will hear, and the dead will
version.
lyrics. Oh my
Thank you for
gosh.
singing it. You don't know what a thrill it is to hear y'all sing my song.
Oh, thank you.
I love these harmonies. I love also Waiting in the Water. Y'all, they did an album a few years back called, what it called, Waiting in the Water? What was that album called?
Why can't we?
Why Can't We? Oh, that's another great song.
Yeah.
Do y'all still sing that one? Okay, we're going to hear Waiting in the Water first, and then maybe Why Can't We? Is there an up-tempo on there that we can get into?
Sure.
What's an
rocks
up-tempo?
or
Oh,
rocks.
rocks. You know rocks?
Okay, do rocks. You like rocks?
Yeah.
Okay, here's
That's
rocks,
on
y'all.
Nature Symphony.
Let's hear rocks.
There's a lot of people talking about people,
Come on.
Good line.
Yeah, I love that line.
looking down on everybody, acting like they're sitting on a steeple,
Ouch.
keeping all their own faults. We wrote this with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Locked up in a big vault, forgetting that God don't need a combination to see it all. Raise your hand if you ain't ever done nothing wrong. That's what I thought. Rocks are heavy and they hurt people you love, and it's so easy reaching down and picking them up. But I ain't gonna throw no stones at nobody. Don't wanna get hit by a ricochet. Ain't got no room for no rocks in my pockets anyway. Well, he just sat there drawing on the ground beside her. She was caught red-handed, and man, they all couldn't wait to stone her. Well, I'm just paraphrasing, but Jesus said, now wait a minute. Step right up and be the first to throw if you ain't done some sinning. One by one, they all dropped their stones and went home. Rocks are heavy and they hurt people you love, and it's so easy reaching down and picking them up. But I ain't gonna throw no stones at nobody. Don't wanna get hit by a ricochet. Ain't got no room for no rocks in my pockets anyway. Rock of Ages, a sweet, sweet cornerstone, was meant to be a place to hide and not something we I ain't gonna throw no stones at nobody, 'cause I need grace to make it every day. Ain't got no room for no rocks in my pocket. Got no room for no rocks in my pocket. Got no room for no rocks in my pockets
I love it. I love any song about gossip. I've heard, where rocks can be words, and you throw them. Hey, I want to remind everybody too, I just saw that I forgot to say this. Tomorrow night at 6:30, Tuesday night, 6:30, on Reba Rambo McGuire's Facebook page. I will be there along with all of the friends from the river. Every Tuesday night we sing along like this. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it. Y'all
I've seen it. I've not got to be there.
you come by. I'm sure she'd love to have you. Also, Joseph O'Brien. You know Michael O'Brien? You remember that name? Well, he toured with me a while. His son, Joseph O'Brien, is on America's Got Talent.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
And he's incredible. So if you watch America's Got Talent, vote for Joseph.
Awesome.
Joseph O'Brien. He's a good kid. In fact, he was one of the few that wasn't asked to be on the show. He literally auditioned and got on the show.
Oh, wow.
They ask a lot of those people to come on. I did not know that. Okay, let me think. Make sure I don't forget anything. Next week on Mondays with Mark, Taranda Green Bean will be here. We'll get her sing a little. I'll be back in Houston in my office/studio/bedroom.
You were.
The word, yes. Hey, all right. Now I want to hear "Waiting in the Water." When I remember when that album came out. George Hare and I were traveling in that RV that I named the Holy Roller, and we both were weeping at the altar of the radiator on the RV. You know, he was driving, I was over here in this seat, and waiting in the water. Why can't we? Which is ask such great questions. So this waiting in the water is about John 9. Tell a little bit about that. Because you sat down with me and explained this one day.
I did. Well, there's a personal side to John 9 for me because for about 12 years I battled a very severe and rare form of Crohn's disease. And not only was my digestive system compromised, but all of the nerve endings from my head to my feet, my skin, my eyes was severely compromised. And the doctors had said that I would probably go blind in both of my eyes, and that there was no cure for what I was going through, but I would probably be on different medications, up to 20 medications for the rest of my life, including a chemotherapy injection weekly. And so it was a hopeless time, or felt hopeless to me at the time. You know, I was getting very sick, and I just tried to keep my fans and friends from really knowing it and just bearing that burden. But I on February 22nd of 2011, after trying everything on the market that you could take for my disease, and drinking noni juice and whatever was given me, you know, I tried everything, including prayer, and you know, God sustained me, but I had not received a healing at that point. And so on February 22nd of 2011, I walked into a clinic called Internal Balance in Brentwood, Tennessee. And it was the most uncommon way, I guess you could say, for someone to receive what happened to me, but it was a holistic place. And I began to read in John 9 as I was at this clinic, about the third week I was there. And because there was no guarantee after all the time and the money that I spent that my body would receive the treatments and that I would walk away just broke in the same way. But I was willing to say that I've tried everything, to say I've tried everything. Right. And so I began to read in John chapter 9 of Jesus passing by a blind man and how he spits on the ground and he takes the clay and he puts it into the blind man's eyes and he tells him to go to the pool and to wash. And I realized at that moment, a friend of mine had called me and she said, Becky, John 9 is for you. And the more that we talked about it and read it, and I've heard different ones preach things from it, but it wasn't until I was desperate for God to move in my life that I realized that the moment Jesus touched the blind man with the clay, he did not receive his sight instantly. You see, Jesus could have said, be made whole. He could have touched him. There's a million different things Jesus could have done, but he spat on the ground and he put the clay in the blind man's eyes, and he tells him to go to the pool and to wash. And there's nowhere in commentaries or there's nowhere in the Bible it tells us how long it took the blind man to walk from the temple gate where Jesus would have been at the time to the pool. But you know, when you go to Israel, you walk through the city of David and you see from the temple gate where Jesus would have been to the pool, the terrain is crazy. It's downhill and it's mountainous, and it's a half of a mile
at least.
But he had to walk by faith and not by sight. Yeah. And the coolest part about this story is he had to do his part to receive his healing. Huh. He did not have to. He had to walk out his faith.
If he hadn't made it down to the pool,
I'm convinced had he not made it to the pool, he would have died a blind man. Yeah. And so I sat in this clinic night after night and day after day and week after week, and I would think about, I'm doing my part to do what I have to do to be better. Like in John 5, right. Do you want to be well? Sometimes you have to take action and do your part. Yeah. And so John 9 changed my life because I thought, you know, I'm this blind man walking by faith and not by sight.
All right, sing it. Mm-hmm. I love it.
This man blind from birth, the only one who saw his worth, didn't pass him by. He heard his cry. He rubbed his eyes with a handful of clay. Then he said, go and wash in the pool today. And the blind man knew that's what he had to do. You know, along the way he couldn't help but trip and fall. Each time he got back up again, I wonder if he thought every step I take is a step of faith. When I can't see what's in front of me, I'll walk on and just believe He hears my prayer. And when I get there, the miracle promised by my Father is waiting in the water. I walked in darkness, I won't lie, and just like that blind man, sometimes I felt all alone, and like all hope was gone. But I know that His word is true, and no matter what I'm going through, He promised me,
Come on.
that He would never leave. I know along the way I may stumble and I may fall, but I'll make it to the water, even if I have to crawl. Every step I take is a step of faith. When I can't see what's in front of me, I'll walk on and just believe He hears my prayer. And when I get there, the miracle promised by my Father is waiting in the water. I know He knows where I am, and somehow this is in His plan. So until my healing comes, I'll keep pressing on. Every step I take is a step of faith. When I can't see what's in front of me, I'll walk on and just believe He hears my prayer. And when I get there, the miracle promised by my Father is waiting in the water. Is waiting in the water. Is waiting in the water.
And if that isn't love,
Yes.
if that isn't love,
And I
what-
have to tell you, Mark,
yeah, please.
on February 22nd of 2018, I celebrated 7 years of 100% health.
100% health.
Yes, she's healed.
7 years, so the Lord has healed you.
Yes.
Thank the
I've been
Lord.
walking in total healing. And you know, I like to say, we none know what tomorrow holds, but we all have the assurance of knowing that He holds
Well,
tomorrow.
something's going to get you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
One out of
That's
one
right.
die.
One out of one die.
Ain't nobody getting
That's
out of here
right.
alive. But I thank the Lord that He has touched you. I believe it. I believe God can do anything He wants. And He can do what He wants.
Yeah.
He's the father, I'm the kid. Even though I don't understand the mortgage, I get to live in the house.
Yep.
Isn't that good news? Hey, okay, now we got to hear If That Isn't Love. There was a request. I saw it go by. Is that too high?
Yeah.
Or don't sing
you
the
do
whole
it?
thing. Can you do a
The
little
water's
bit
the
of
high one.
it? Just a little bit of it. A verse
Okay.
and a chorus.
You we'll do yours.
Are y'all
right.
enjoying this out there in TV land?
TV.
Yeah.
We'll do your
My verse.
Can you just do all of
Yeah, just do all of it.
You don't
We
have a
got
roly
this.
capo. Can
She
you,
don't need it.
can
She
you
can.
manage?
Come on.
He left the splendor of heaven, knowing his destiny was the lonely hill of Golgotha, there to lay down his life for me. If that isn't love, the ocean is dry. There are no stars in the sky, and the sparrow can't fly. If that isn't love, then heaven's underneath, and there's no feeling like this. If that isn't love, in death he remembers
Yes, he did.
the thief hanging by his side. He spoke with love and compassion. Then he took him to paradise. If that isn't love, the ocean is dry. There are no stars in the sky, and the sparrow can't fly. If that isn't love, then heaven's underneath, and there's no feeling like this. If that isn't
That wears me out every night. Every time I hear y'all do that, it just takes my breath away. It's almost like you don't want to breathe. And I love how you go, if that isn't. You almost kind of cut off together. That's that family thing. only families can do what they do. That breathing together, enunciating together. Okay, what was that other song I wanted to hear?
Why can't we?
Yes, Why Can't
Oh,
We?
boy, this
Do y'all
This
remember it?
is that too hard?
Lies awake.
No,
What
we just
keys
haven't
it
done it
The
in a while.
problem is playing it right.
B, isn't
Is
it?
it?
And then it modulates.
This
We
is
might
your
mess
solo,
up a
right?
little bit.
Good. Everybody, we
We
gotta
gotta
re.
do mama solo
Oh, we
too.
do. We will, honey. We
We'll
got.
all sing it. So
Well, we got it. We
I
got
don't
it.
need any special.
No, you do too. Are y'all having fun out there? I hope you are. I hope you've shared this.
Yeah, share.
Oh, the comments. I miss when church music sounded like this. Someone said, "This is beautiful song, so true." From Michelle Cox. Annette Wilson says, "Oh, they're commenting. Isn't it amazing? Song and so true." We'll see. Oh, thank you, Austin Bussey and Janet Laws. All you people tuning in, thank you so much. All right, let's hear Why
Hopefully
Can't.
don't mess this one up.
Oh, if you mess up, nobody's seen this.
I just sung this one last. He lies awake there all alone most every night, looking back on all of his mistakes, wishing through his tears that he could just go back, 'cause there's a lot of things he'd like to change. He just can't forgive himself and forget, even though God already did. If he can love someone and find the good within, in spite of what they've done, no matter where they've been, if he can let it go and set the debtor free, if he can keep forgiving you and me, why can't we?
Love it.
There've been times I've been so hurt by someone else. I didn't want to give a second chance. I let all the bitterness take control and took grace into my own hand. But even Jesus said, whoever's done no wrong, let him throw the first stone. If he can love someone and find the good within, in spite of what they've done, no matter where they've been, if he can let it go and set the debtor free, if he can keep forgiving you and me, why can't we? He was hated and rejected, betrayed by those he trusted, even hanging on the cross. He said, Father, please forgive them. If he can love someone and find the good within, in spite of what they've done, no matter where they've been, if he can let it go and set the debtor free, if he can keep forgiving you and me, why
Oh, why can't we? You know, I heard someone say, because I love this song so much, and someone we all love and dearly respect said, well, Mark, it's because you're not the Lord. And they were serious, because we were discussing this song. Because I love this song. I believe anything the Lord says we can do, right? If he says to love your enemies, then we must be able to.
Right.
Or he wouldn't have asked us to, correct? And so I love this song. And I just love the songs you guys are writing.
They're pretty good writers, aren't they?
They are. Now, do you ever write? You've never written anything?
I have.
It doesn't take time.
I've
Yeah,
written
we
some.
wrote From the Depths of My Heart together.
You did?
That was our first
I've
number
written
one
some.
song in 1992.
I stay so busy on the other side of it.
Yeah,
but
producing.
It's
Yeah,
like
you've got a new
from-
studio.
I do.
Tell me about your studio.
I took over the B room at what was TBN,
Okay.
and it's we call it Ben's Den.
Oh.
Sonia titled it. For
Now,
me,
are you
so-
doing all kinds
everything?
of stuff?
Everything, yeah.
So
I just-
anybody out there want to make a record?
Sure.
Or a CD even?
A CD, come on.
Thank
Come
you.
on,
Instead
yeah.
of records, my day. But yeah, how would they get a hold of you? Is there
Just through Facebook. You can reach me on Facebook, Ben Isaacs. I'm the guy that looks like me there.
if you want your group to sound like the Isaacs,
Aim higher.
this is the guy. Okay, it's been I mean, I'm happy. I'm fun. And is there a song? Okay, is there a song you're doing right now that really ministers to you or people, or that you've got the new CD, which is the old hits, right?
Yeah.
Which are old hymns too.
No,
No?
they're
Okay.
they're just songs that the Isaacs recorded back when we really started having success at radio. Songs like Nothing But Good and
Did you
we
recut them?
re-recorded them. Yeah, it's
so
called
all brand new
Revisited
cuts.
by Request.
Okay.
I like to say it's the songs that brought us to Bill.
Really?
Because it's it was all the songs that Bill heard us sing and said you guys need. Hey,
We'll
hey,
sing
hey,
one
hey.
of those. Pick one right now. Just
Oh
sing
goodness! Do you want to do Depths of My Heart? Or,
No, do He Never Failed Me or
What were you thinking, Mom?
I thought he said something about what we've been singing lately.
one. Yeah, that's fine.
'cause I had a
Whatever.
story, but whatever you, we heard the most amazing story this weekend, and I'm not going to say who it is, but one of these songs that we do off of the 432 record. Last night we were at a church somewhere, and there was a couple came up to us at the end of the concert, and it killed me. I couldn't. The man came to me first. He said, "My son was murdered a week ago tonight," and the lady came up crying. She said, "Yes, our son was murdered a week ago tonight." And she said, "I haven't been able to get out of the house." And she said some friends of ours begged us to just come tonight. And last night, one of the songs that we've sung, she said it ministered to her. She said, "I knew I just had to let it go. I had to surrender that feeling of." She said, "I was in a panic mode. I just hated everybody.
Well,
And I
yeah.
hated this person that murdered my." How do you deal with that?
How do you?
But she
I don't
said
know.
tonight, she said, I had to surrender my heart. I couldn't feel that anger all the time. Anyway,
It's only been a week. I mean,
still,
You
how
gotta
do you
take
live
it.
through
She's
that?
ahead of the game. If
I
you ask
don't
me.
know. Oh Lord,
But,
you remember her name?
I don't remember her name.
Y'all
I
pray for her.
Yeah, just a
Lord
couple
knows her
years
She
name.
and
ago.
her husband.
Right.
Yeah.
Pray for her.
We were singing the song "Yours Amen," which that's the song she was referring to. That's I thought.
Just sing it.
Yeah, sing it.
Yours and none?
Yeah, whatever.
Or
Anything you sing, I'm gonna love.
And you know,
You've heard this one.
when I talk about this song on stage too, this song talks about the battles of our minds, and the battles are not ours; they're the Lord's, and our job is to praise Him and glorify and lift Him up, and let Him fight the battles. You know, we spend a lot of our precious time worrying about things that we can't change anyway, and when we should be focusing on the one who can change them and the one who can do it, and is able to and wants to. And I know Ben taught us this, that his pastor said one time, there's only one sword, and if you're holding it, God can't have it. So,
That's right.
so we got to give him the sword and fight the battle. And then after we sing the song, I talk about my testimony, and you know, it kind of goes into I Love You More, which I wrote about losing my baby girl in 2014. And I talk about, you know, being angry at God and how you have to release those feelings, because God is for us, not against us.
Right.
And sometimes when people go through tragic things like what Mom just said, they blame God and they get mad at God, and because they don't understand. And you know, we're wrestling rulers of darkness and principalities. Those are the evils in the world. It's not God. And so we sing the song and then we talk about that. And so I think that is what maybe touched this lady's heart. And then also another lady just the night before that told me that she had 2 people, it's so strange, in the same weekend. She told me 2 people that she loved were murdered within 6 months of each other.
Lord.
And she said, I've been holding on to so much anger. And she said, tonight I was able to release that.
So don't go to an Isaacs concert. Somebody you know will be murdered. No, I'm kidding. I'm
But
kidding.
she said
All right,
tonight,
sing it.
because of this song, she was able to release her anger.
Let's hear it. Let's see if it ministers somebody.
Bow unto your will before your throne of grace. Though enemies surround me, there is no safer place than surrender. I surrender. Beholding all you are, in blazing how you fight, your gentle hand defending protects me through the night. I surrender. I surrender. This is not my battle. This is not my war. I don't have to worry or fight it anymore. You have gone before me, and I will sing your song, trusting in the victory that you've already won. It's yours, Lord, it's yours. Your presence is a cover in the fury of the night. Your promise is my pillow. You are my peace of mind. I surrender. Lord, I surrender. This is not my battle.
Come on.
This is not my war. I don't have to worry or fight it anymore. You have gone before me, and I will sing your song, trusting in the victory that you've already won. Lord, it's yours. Amen. Lord, this is not my battle. This is not my war. I don't have to worry or fight it anymore. You have gone before me, and I will sing your song, trusting in the victory that you've already won. It's yours. Let me sing that chorus. This is not my battle. This is not my war. So I don't have to worry. Friend, you don't have to worry.
Come on.
Or fight it anymore. Lord, you have gone before me, so I'm just gonna sing your song, and I'll keep on trusting in the victory that you've already won, 'cause it's yours, Lord. Yes, it is. Amen.
Thank you, Father.
surrender it.
Yes, wow. Have y'all enjoyed having the Isaacs on Mondays with Mark?
We have more songs. Let's just do it again.
Do what again?
This again sometime.
Oh, we will, but we're not done yet. We gotta end on an up-tempo.
Oh, okay.
I know Eddie Gall is watching. I know my brother Mike is watching. I just saw Mike. And Hannah Gallage is watching. Sweet little Hannah and Janet Laws and Paula Shepherd. And this is really speaking, Lily says. There's a Lily out there, another Lily.
Wow.
Sweet
Hello.
truth. Thank you. There's my brother Dave. Hey, Dave and Vicky, are y'all hearing the music? I hope you are. That's my brother. He wanted to know. And he's kind of good looking for about 69.
Hey.
Yeah, that's my older perfect brother. Thank you all. Thank you all. Oh, I want for Eddie Goff, because I know he's a bluegrass lover. He is my buddy from Cookville Boat Dock. And I just got a call right before we went live from Frida, his wife, Frida, and I know Eddie made you do that. I guarantee you. Eddie said, hey, Frida, Mark's about to go live. Call him and interrupt him. Well, it didn't work. Didn't work, did it? So, Eddie Gall, this is for you.
What are we doing?
It's something bluegrass.
Walk on.
Something blue. Yeah, go.
Walk on, brother. Walk on, sister. Walk on, children. You gotta roll with the rock and shift and sand. Walk on through the valley. Walk on up the mountain. Walk on through the wilderness, and you're ever gonna make it to the promised land. Walk on. When you feel temptation tugging at your heel. When the devil's at the crossroads trying to make a deal. Walk on. Don't stray to the left, don't veer to the right. Go straight is the way that leads to the light. Walk on, sister. Walk on, children. You gotta roll with the rock and shift and sand. Walk on through the valley. Walk on up the mountain. Walk on through the wilderness. And you're ever gonna make it to the promised land. Walk on. Yeah. If you're away from the weight of the world on your back, if you stumble, get up, don't worry about that. Sing it now. Keep your eyes on the narrow road. One day's gonna turn into a straight up goal. Walk on, sister. Walk on, children. You gotta roll with the rock and shift and sand. Walk on through the valley. Walk on up the mountain. Walk on through the wilderness. And you're never gonna make it to the promised land. We're all walking the same road. We're just wearing different shoes. You better lay down that heavy load. You gotta keep on walking or the devil's gonna get you. Walk on, brother. Walk on, sister. Walk on, children. You gotta roll with the rock and the shift and sand. Walk on through the valley. Walk on up the mountain. Walk on through the wilderness. And you're ever gonna make it to the promised land. Walk on, brother. Walk on, sister. Walk on, children. You gotta roll with the rock and the shift and sand. Walk on through the valley. Walk on up the mountain. Walk on through the wilderness. And you're ever gonna make it to the promised land. Walk on. Oh. You got to walk on. Oh, yeah, you do.
Come on. There's a bass part, Bill.
Oh, have you enjoyed them tonight?
Yes.
The Isaacs here on Mondays with Mark. Y'all, I will see you next Monday night, 7 p.m. Central with Taranda Green, and tomorrow night from Reba and Donnie's. Oh,
Thank you, Mark.
Will you do this
We
again
love
sometime?
you. Yes. Yes.
Just,
I think
she
so.
said no. You're not. I tell you what.
You're cooking next time.
You don't have to cook. You don't have to cook. Or come to Houston. I can cook.
You can buy us a steak.
I'll buy you a steak in a heartbeat. Thank you. I love you guys.
Love
Thank
y'all.
you
Thanks for watching.
being a part of my Monday nights, and I hope to bring you more fun stuff. God bless you all. I love you. Bye-bye. I'm so glad we had this